Hello.
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on?
Got a whole one viewer.
It's Alan. Hi, Alan. Let's see Alan plays we're watching.
Hopefully.
That's
All right. Well, my name is George, and this is the Northeast RC Racer podcast, and I am here with my co-host Toby Hampson,
Hello.
Vin Manchenda.
What's up?
Last but not least, Tom Petrell.
What's up, everybody? Hey, nice shirt, George. I like the way you roll.
I was getting to that, Tom, but you took the steam out of it. It's all good.
You're like a male model. You're like a male model for us.
I got a little nitro car, which could be a prelude to something that might happen if I get a chance this weekend.
Whoa.
All right, hold on. Stop the press. The whole
What the
agenda is
effing hell are you
thing. Now we're going to
talking
talk
about?
nitro with George.
This weekend, there's not a lot of RC tracks that I would call bucket list, right? Like some guys want to go to PMB or Wicked Weekend, like really big events, and be in line for forever practice at 4 a.m, that type of stuff. That's not for me at this point in my life, but I am interested in going to tracks that have a uniqueness about them, a little backyard beginning, right? So a place called the Tilt Yard. Been hearing about it for years. See pictures all the time. Looks like a crazy place. And this year I'm actually just in the last couple of weeks decided to go impromptu, so to speak. And I can't wait. Super stoked. So we're going to be running Alan's Nitro car for the first time. So we're getting Alan out there. And I was thinking potentially calling my boy Pat Wells, who Tom knows, and taking one of his Nitro cars. And maybe I'll run Nitro for the first time out there. So
Very cool.
Be with Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Right.
Thank you, Alan.
Anyway, look forward to that. If not, I'll just be supporting Alan. But really excited to hit that track. I spoke to actually Brian from Trains and Lanes today because I needed to do a little emergency parts order for some extra arms, considering it's the old tilt yard. So he told me he'd been out there like 4 times, I guess, with Shreff and maybe Mike Rem and some other guys. So I thought that was pretty cool because I didn't know they had been out there so many times. So really cool for those guys. Anybody else ever been there?
Nope.
I can't wait to go check that place out. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be around for the next couple of weeks. But yeah,
all good. Well,
It's one to hit this for me.
Represent. Let us know how it went.
I'm definitely going to do that, and I'll just take the opportunity right now. I was just in my garage going through this unbelievable care package that Heath sent to me, not only me, but the other guys on the show, and I'm really excited to take this product out there from Cow RC. I was reading some of the products, but he's got this awesome RC silicone protector. So after I clean my car, I'm going to be hitting this on all my parts. I keep that dust out, and I'm super stoked. So give it a try.
He said not to huff it.
Okay.
He said what?
He said don't huff it.
Oh, don't huff it. What's that mean?
That's what people do, and they put towel over it and inhale all of the.
Oh, don't.
Yeah. So
this right now, George, not on air. Here we go.
You flirt in your own time.
There is a video out there. I think it's a fake video, but a guy goes into a cemetery and the guy's over there huffing. He's talking. Somebody takes a big hit and just passes out, gets up again, starts getting again. You guys have probably all seen it. It's one of those viral videos way back when.
Oh, Mark just said, "What's up, guys?" Mark Logan. What's up, Mark?
What up, Mark?
It's the fisherman, Mark Logan. He used to be an RC racer. Now he's out fishing all the time.
Fishing's fun, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm always do it all. He's spending time with family. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's huge. Huge.
Hey, without one, you don't have the other. Well, Toby, weren't you excited last month? We had the episode covering episode number 30 to be exact, because this is 31. And it was all about anxiety, racers with anxiety, the nervousness, the stress when you get to the track, right? I mean, secretly, you guys don't know this, but Toby, before a race event, like 3-4 days, he's texting Vinny, he's texting Tom, he's sending me frown faces. He's nervous, like he's afraid to race. But when he gets there, he finds this internal courage, this lion, gets out there and just does it, right? he basically takes all that advice, what all the other guys said during that last episode, but he already had that before. He harnesses it, puts it in a little ball, and goes out there and just tries to crush it. But
Yeah.
at the end
I
of the
think
day,
Toby on a race weekend is too damn busy to get nervous. He's got so much stuff going on.
Yeah, but normally, but at the end of it, I'm completely like my nerves are shot, and then I just have like disaster
Yeah.
on the track. And someone came up to me on this was the ultimate compliment. Said on I might have said it before that they thought my car was a runaway.
Actually, LCRC, you look really good. Your car was
Yeah, I was great. Car was awesome. I just was frazzled by the end, and
welcome to my
just
house.
can't keep my shit together.
What's up, Corey
Corey
Kimball?
Kimball's-
See Corey Kimball
yeah.
online?
What's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining in.
but we were trying to say thank you very much to all those racers that joined that last podcast, gave us their little story, their recap, so everybody can kind of share with that experience if you feel nervousness or stress. And last but not least, thanks to my buddy Alan who came on, shared a little personal experience of some therapy he ended up trying to get to figure out some of that racer stress he went through. But I thought it was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and other good stuff like that down the road.
Yeah, buddy.
Good episode.
Yeah, buddy. So, Tom, you got a recent race down in Rhythm, right?
Yeah. We just had a team associate did an awesome job by us, sponsored a race. We had something this weekend. Corey was there. Good time. I'll go through the results momentarily, but they made some changes to the track. We had just done a layout change. We had one race before it. Kind of realized after the fact that there was a few areas we had to improve upon. I actually went to, I'll share a quick story. I think I shared it in the last one. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I told a few people. I went there with my car to test it, and we had just got done rolling the track, and I pulled the roller off to the side of the track. And I had made a mental note, hey, the roller's on the track. Be careful. Just remember the roller's on the track. First lap around, typical moron stuff in my own head. Let's go for a hot lap on the second time I've ever been around the whole thing. I go wide around a turn, and I'm going from left to right, and the tractor's on the roller's on the right hand side. Bam! That thing stopped dead. So really never had a chance to test the tracks. We had a few areas we had to switch up and fix, but we got them taken care of for this weekend's race, and everything worked out really well. We did I want to give a shout out to anybody listening, anybody who was at the race. We did a 50-50 to benefit the family of Ryan Reyes. And I know we're going to talk more about that race coming up in Park Lane. Toby's going to be there with 46 RC. But, Ryan was a local racer who was actually racing at Park Lane, was driving home, and unfortunately had an unfortunate accident on the way home, car accident on the way home, and passed away. I remember 2 weeks prior, he was there with his wife and his kids. He's got one of his sons on his shoulders, walking, the other one holding his hand at the track, and tragically, sadly, passed away. And kudos to Enzo at Park Lane Hobbies. They've decided to hold a race for him with 100% of the proceeds going to Ryan's family. Again, we did a 50-50 this weekend. Jim and I, whatever we collected in the 50-50, we matched it to make sure they got the full amount and added a little bit extra. So I got a hold of the family for that. But I don't want to start on a sad note, but I want to make sure that anybody that's listening, that race is on August 17th. I encourage you guys to get there. Toby, after this, I'm going to ask him for some help. He's going to help me with a little bit of a waffle. I got a new nitro motor and pipe. We had actually donated to another racer who was going to build a nitro car, who was going through some health challenges, who decided not to build the car, so he donated it back. Bud Vaughn, thank you, Bud. So we're gonna waffle that. I have no idea how to do it, but I'm gonna hopefully leverage Toby a little bit to do something and try to raise a little bit more money for the Reyes family and give them 100% of the proceeds of that as well.
For sure. Awesome.
We want to go through race results. I'm sorry, I kind of rambled there, but it was on my mind, top of mind, thinking about it.
I've got to quickly say hi to John Good out there. John and I just missed each other in Hawaii. He was honeymooning and I was on vacation, and he was like, "What part of the island are you on?" And
honeymooning! Congratulations!
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, John.
Buddy. Yeah.
I used to enjoy racing with you, but enjoy married life. I'm just kidding.
Such a cynic, Tom.
No.
Dominic Valentine in the house as well. What's up, buddy?
Big Dom.
Good to see you in there.
Toby, what about you? I know you've been busy.
So I was busy sharing. Everybody needs to share, like, subscribe, etc., etc. What have I been up to? Obviously, LCRC, what, 2 weeks ago almost now, 1 week and a half ago, I guess. And it's the usual chaos, but everything went well from a broadcasting standpoint. So now I've got to get prepared for August, which is going to be fairly chaotic. Well, not really, but just got a lot of prep work to do. So going to be doing 3 broadcasts in a row. So the 10th is the Kyosho Classic Trains and Lanes. So I'll be there on the Sunday to do the mains. And then the 17th is the Ryan Reyes event at Park Lane Hobbies. Nelly from Park Lane, I guess she saw a lot of the LCRC stuff, gave me a call Monday morning. So I'll be there streaming that, which will be pretty cool. And then obviously Yuga Challenge, which will be huge. It'll be interesting to see if they blow the entry count on that one as well, because every race this year they've set records. So should be cool.
Well, I see Taylor DeLosa in the house. Slow is fast. Our friends and compatriots over there.
That's right.
Cool. Good to see Taylor.
I'm sure he's got some sarcastic comment. Just
not yet. Just give him a little more time. Now that we acknowledged him, here it comes.
So Toby,
yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
So that's great to hear. LCRC's posting, record turnouts. So what do you attribute that to?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, everybody knows program and the facility is top notch. Maybe I don't know. It's there's a lot of reasons. Stars just seem to be aligning for people and where they are in the hobby.
Are you noticing like club guys that you would normally see going to more club races in the area showing up there that normally didn't before, or
if there were any club races in the area other than Tom?
Well, you understand my point. Other than Tom, do you see that, or are you just seeing a lot of foreign migration coming to LCRC? Like, is the sport growing? I guess.
Yeah, I mean there are new people coming every time, families and young kids or whatever, and they are it's a real family affair, So I think people are just kind of catching on to that. They can come and camp. They go camping and they can race if they want to, kind of deal, which is part of their concept anyways. It's more than just a race, it's a whole.
I agree with Taylor. I think it's because Taylor's there. That's what he said in the comments.
Well, George, I think it's become like I don't want to say a bucket list race. I mean, look, LCR has a great reputation, but if you want to attend a multi-day race, you're pretty much driving 6-8 hours south to get anything around here to have that type of atmosphere. So there's a lot of people from the Northeast that want to get engrossed in it for an entire weekend or 3 days.
Right.
And LCRC is the place to do it. And I think it's a lot of those places where you have people like there was a guy pitting behind me, really nice guy, Paul. I'm not going to murder his last name, Rudinsky, I think the last name was. Really nice dude. Thank you for the Klondike bars he bought me. But like he says, I wanted to come down. I wanted to get into a race. I had my camper. I wanted to come down and check it out. But he was from up in New York, further up in New York. And I think, for any of us to drive 6 or 8 hours to go to a race down south, somebody from New York is going to pick up another 2 or 3 on top of that. Right. So I think people are looking for these opportunities. And if you want to get that experience, I don't know who else is doing it like LCRC. Essentially, it's the weekend, the PNB of the Northeast.
But without running till the middle of the night and other things like that.
Yeah, John's bringing up a good point. If it's over 3 hours, it's automatically a 2-day race, he said. So, I mean, if it's that far away, it kind of makes sense. That's his rule, he says. And, John, I did not see the track in Oahu, but if you have a picture, please send it to me. That would have been so cool to check it out. No cars kind of sucks, but would be great to know.
Brew would have killed you if you found an RC track while you were there, because somehow you get roped in. Next thing you know, 4 days later, you're still at the track.
I'll be having fun. Doesn't matter where it is.
Oh, there's got to be a down and dirty nitro track in Hawaii someplace.
Oh man, there's got to be nitro in paradise.
Do that.
Yep.
All right.
Should we bank through
he's
these
gonna send it.
results?
Sweet.
We should probably do a sponsor ad.
Sponsor. Bingo.
All right. I can't seem to find it. Okay, here we go. Let's
Bump plate.
here we go. Let's talk about any friends at KRC. So I'll be right back.
CowRC is your one-stop shop for all things RC maintenance, carrying everything you need to keep your vehicles looking good and performing at their best. From MooClean part and chassis wash that's gentle on your RC's components, to jet air blasters that eliminate the need to carry those large and noisy air compressors, CowRC has you covered. Even down to our convenient hide wipes that keep hands and other surfaces clean. Moose-Lick silicone, oil, and grease sprays, along with Utter Butter grease, and a variety of work mats are all staples of CowRC's wide range of products. Be sure to use the following discount code to save on your next purchase.
There's a discount code, so that answers that question. So yeah, everyone check KRC out and get 10% off. And got some really awesome products, which we've all been able to experience recently. So.
I tell you what, I brought a bunch of stuff over to LCRC last time. I just put new bearings in my car. I told myself I'm not going to use the compressor. I'm staying away from the compressor. But my OCD wants to keep my cars clean too. And using their stuff between the brushes and the cleaners and everything else, I never had to use the compressor, and the cars look new all weekend. So, good stuff. And you got this graphite stuff for the pillow balls, then, which worked really, really well. If you haven't tried that yet,
I
haven't got any balls.
Well, for those of us that do have balls, this particular graphite spray has smaller microns than most other graphite sprays, and will protect your balls.
My wife was reading this funny article. Have you ever heard the concept of summer long balls? There's an article, I think it's New York Times, about apparently it's a thing with men in the summer. Their balls sag, they get like hot and drop down, and then in the winter they go back up and to get cozy. So it's a thing. Never
got to moderate temperature.
And that's every other joke now in my house is long balls, long this, long that. So
what's the term?
I digress. 40 plus.
I digress. 40 plus. You got to have long balls, long summer balls. Anyway,
long summer balls.
I guess we should.
Toby, if you get a chance, John just sent me a picture of that track in Oahu. It's absolutely amazing. What a backdrop, man! I wish I checked this out, but I just shared it to our chat group. So I don't know if you can grab it and post it up there for a second for everyone to share. But man, what a backdrop! Would be cool to have. What's
up, Tim Monty? While we're waiting, Tim Monty, local guy, and it's funny, George. You were saying before about how come LCRC is getting bigger counts. Like Tim Monty, good dude, started racing at the indoor track. Him and his brother, and now he's coming out to LCRC all the time, racing out there and doing really well. So I think hopefully the sport's growing, right? Hopefully we're in a good spot right now that we're getting, there's more tracks than there have been, more racers. So that's another reason I think they're getting those record entry counts.
That's good. It's healthy.
Absolutely. It's awesome. It's good to see. And you see the fathers and sons and the fathers and daughters, and it's good stuff.
I got that track.
Tim just put in addicted. I can vouch for that. He's got it bad.
Welcome to the club, Tim.
Yeah, we're a support group. Come on in.
Yeah. Therapy right here. Monday Lives.
So, Toby, as you try to maybe post that picture that Vin supplied, you're going to cover some of the recent racing events that have happened before we bring our guest on, and then I guess we can talk about I know we mentioned we wanted to talk about Greg Harmer's finish at LCRC, so on and so forth.
Well, I'll tell you what, let Toby finish what he's got to finish. I'm going to go through rhythms real quick so if you guys don't. Oh, never mind. He's so damn fast. Look at that.
Look at the water in the background, man.
Yeah, so what happens if your throttle hangs up and you're going the wrong way? Going swimming?
It's all good, man. It's all good. Just go for a swim. Grab your longboard.
Yeah, right.
Long balls.
It's funny. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. There were some guys. There was a guy bought a bunch of HV parts from me. HV parts from me at one point that was racing in Hawaii. I can't remember the guy's name. Really good dude though. And we chatted for a while about all the racing that's going on out there, and it's a pretty good sized scene. It's kind of cool.
Dustin Kendrick in the house. What's up, Dustin? How you doing?
Sure does look good, Taylor. All right, so let's want to bang through these results real quick. Try and keep ourselves on pace here. So in order of order. So
you're out of order.
Yeah, that's the second one of these, I guess. So Trains and Lanes, 4th of July race, which I think was on the Saturday. I don't know, actually, it was on the 5th. Anyway, huge attendance, 172 entries. It's pretty cool. I banged through top 3 in the classes. So Electric Buggy, Zach Sinclair, Jamie Gray, Benny. Benny just having some pretty decent results at Wicked Weekend, which we could touch upon. E-Truggy, huge class now in the Northeast region. Antonio Caputo. Anyone guys know Antonio? I think he was just at Wicked Weekend as well. Benny and Brian Cush, that's your top 3 Truggies. E-Truggies. Nitro Buggy, Carlton. Taking down the win. I think Schreffler. Schreffler broke. I don't know what happened to Schreffler. Benny is Zach Sinclair. That's your Nitro Buggy. Top 3 finishers. Truggy, always fairly poorly attended. Carlos, David Longacre, and Ophir. What else? That's it. Oh, wait a minute. 40 plus, the most important class. Ophir, Nitro Mike, Tim Powers. Who's Nitro Mike? Tom, you know him, right?
Mike Sonali?
Oh, okay. Got it. And then 40 plus E-Buggy, Adam Gregory, Brian Bush, and Paul Rutledge. So that was your 4th of July race. There was a club race after that, but I don't have the results for that. Nor do I want to discuss them because I was there and they sucked. What's
Matt
after
Brown,
that?
by the way. Hello, Matt Brown. I'm trying
Wait,
to hold it before it was backwards. I can't write backwards.
What's after that? It was something between that race and LCRC. Is it your race?
We just raced this last weekend, so we had a club race on one day.
Yeah. Something else, but I'm completely blanking out. Anyway, ProTech race.
Barn had their race, or was that?
Yeah, that was the middle of July, but it didn't really work out too well. So as you know, there was the race director had some sort of seizure and ended up going to hospital. So LCRC ProTech race, another record attendance, 340. I think previous record was like 328. So oh, that's right, Taylor. WOCRC. See if I can see that one. CRC. There it is. Let's go back to LCRC as I was on there. So let's talk about the most exciting one last. What do you got? E-Truggy A-Main. Garrett McCutcheon? How do you say that? I don't even know. Ben Decker, Brett Bloom. Oh, yeah. And CRC was the race as well. 40 plus E-Buggy, Brett Bloom, Matt Willard. Finishing 2 seconds behind Brett, Rod Schumann.
Who was 4th?
Electric Buggy, some guy. I've never heard of him. Tom Patrella.
Brett Blum has been killing it this year. He'd be leading points. I thought I had to check his ID, but he just turned 40 in May, so he didn't count for the first race, but he's been out there killing it.
What's he got? S-Rocks?
Yeah, they got an S-Works buggy. I think he's got his brother runs a Kyosho buggy. I think his Truggy might be Kyosho too. They got a potpourri, a little bit of everything.
Got it. Intermediate Electric Buggy, Mike Trehorn, Derek Hurley, and Jordan Undergraph. Who else we got here? 40 plus Nitro Buggy. Stover, Willard, and Jason Bloom again.
Now, Jason, that's
the
Brett's butter. Brett's brother, not Brett Butter.
Bread and butter.
Floridian split.
Nitro Truggy, Greg Harmer taking it down from third, beating out Aiden Horn, who was our visiting pro driver, Chris Mahakian in third, sorry. And now we're working up to the penultimate race, Electric Buggy, Aiden Horn, Greg Harmer, Ethan Mechanic, and then let's go back to the one we want to talk about, Nitro Buggy. Both drivers finishing on a 43.25.6. Like barely 100th of a second between them, but I'm sure everyone's seen the finish on that race. Pretty stunning to see that, firsthand through the camera lens. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go to 46RC and look under videos. You'll see the last 1 minute of that race. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing, and it was cool to see. Aiden Horn's a good dude. I mean, he was near me all week, and he sometimes he does his videos a little goofy on his videos, but he's a consummate professional at the track. And I watched his vlog, I guess it is, and he was talking about it. He was trying to protect the inside. He drove a little bit too deep on the last turn, and Harmer cut underneath him and got the win.
It was like this much.
And the cheering, everybody cheering on pit road was awesome. Well, it was a good thing to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and he just showed up and went for it, and like he was doing great and all that. Harmer just goes to show the level of racing that we have here, that we're able to hang with one of the top drivers in the world. Now, granted, he's mostly a 10 scale guy, but man, he can hang it out on 8 scale when he needs to. He's just full of talent, this guy. And I'm sure you let him come back, do a little tuning, and he'll be a force to be reckoned with at any track he shows up at. So I really appreciate it, Associated. Thank you, Brent Telke, for sending Aiden out here to hang with us and to, be able to vibe with him. That was awesome.
I might actually be able to play the video quick. I'm just trying to load it right now. Here we go.
While you're loaded, I'll give a quick shout out. Kenny Jeffries is watching. Good to see Kenny. Everybody loves Kenny. He'll give us the weather forecast, I'm sure, later. Corey Williams is on there. Got to talk to Corey a little bit at LCRC. Then
I saw him.
Kind of got busy, but doing his thing.
Yeah, those guys are making some nice looking dinner over there. Him and Omar grilling up some yummy food. I know where I'm going next race.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this video real quick. This is a quick short I did for YouTube.
Supercross now. Harmer airing it out. Aiden airing it out. Up the staircase they go. Harmer a little loose. Aiden a little loose, but Aiden was a little faster as they come off the Protec rocket through the JC roundabout. Give jump out of Harmer. They're coming through. Harry's paperclip. Oh, he's all over him. Harmer's going to take the win. Aiden in the 2 spot. A last turn pass. Harmer, 4th win in a row in Expert Nitro Buggy.
Crazy.
I gotta give a shout out to Alex Schultz, man. That was a really damn good announcing there, man.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely hitting his stride there. Did an awesome job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool dude.
Sure is. All right, what next?
I'll tell you what, I'll run through rhythm real quick.
And then we'll get Dennis.
And let's bring Dennis on.
He might have fallen off his chair.
All right, so Rhythm RC, I'll kind of do the same thing Toby did. Go through results. We had pretty much all the classes there. First one, though, we'll talk about 40-plus Nitro Buggy. Overall results. I'm sorry, 40-plus E-Buggy, take it back. Rob Pierce took the win. He was also TQ. Was solid all day. Good to see him back out. He's been riding dirt bikes and not racing as much. El Prez, who's Rob Caruso, and then Bob Walker Sr. Those are your top 3 in the 40-plus E-Buggy class. Nitro Truggy. It was good to have Prisco out there. P-Word was out there. But P-Word was your TQ, but he finished second. Kudos to Mark Broderick. Those guys had a race, man. They raced pretty much the whole thing back and forth. I don't know Mark that well. I know he's been to the track before, but he ran Nitro Buggy and Nitro Truggy and was absolutely killing it, man. He was strong. And then Brandon Branham took the third spot. Ace Scale E Truggy. This was our biggest class out of everything. Ezra came down, so everybody knows Ezra from LCRC and racing all around the Northeast. Ezra from the 2 spot ended up taking the win. Him and Bob Walker Jr. were battling back and forth. Bob Walker was he was your TQ, and then Andrew Queensberry, he goes by Drew Q. He took the 3 spot, and I tell you what, if Drew actually got a good start, he'd be unstoppable. I feel like every time he starts, he finds his way back to 10th and then works his way all the way back up. I'll leave Nitro Buggy to the end. Sportsman, we just had a few guys there, but we had 2 young guys, Kyron Hunter. If you guys know Jawan Hunter, Jawan's a local racer, been racing for a long time. He came out with his son, which was awesome. He did really well. And John Valerio Jr., both those young men, were on the podium. A-Scale E-Buggy. That was another good race. Ezra, though, kind of took off about, 3 or 4 minutes in and just walked away. He ended up finishing a good bit ahead of the rest of the field. But Ezra took the win. Bob Walker Jr. in the 2 spot. And DJ Cramner took the 3rd spot. Those guys were battling a lot of the race. They kept changing the whole way through, but awesome race to watch. 40-plus Nitro Buggy. Bill Pappenberg was your TQ. But Tim Powers took the win. Tim, I've raced with Tim before, but I've never raced against him. And I'll tell you what, I'd be scared to now. He drove a hell of a race, man. He was smooth, consistent, and he got the lead probably about 2 or 3 minutes into the main and never looked back. He were into the 2 spot, and then Rob Caruso in the 3 spot. So Caruso with another good run. And then last but not least, we have the A-Scale Nitro Buggies. Nitro Buggies to glory, right? Zach Sinclair with the TQ in the win. Mark Broderick with, again, another strong showing. Finishes in the 2nd spot. And Bob Walker Jr. in the 3rd spot.
Cool.
Toby.
What?
We have an awesome guest, right? Waiting in the wing. What better way to bring him in than run the promo of his sponsorship before we bring in our guest?
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. So,
Great minds.
Here we go. All right, there he is. The legend itself.
Hey guys.
What's
What's up, Dennis? How are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me on the show. Toby, awesome job on that
No worries.
promo. Very good job.
Nothing but the best for you, Dennis.
Yes. He's getting so good. He's gonna start charging the good money. Yeah.
I'll just spend it.
He said he'd do it for a few bump plates.
Yeah.
If we could only tap Toby's full potential.
Glad I could help.
For sure. Definitely.
Well, goes without saying, Dennis Brew, welcome back to the show. Dennis has been on here before. For those of you who don't know, Dennis Brew is the sponsor of Nitro Caddy, of that great ad you just saw on those products. And Dennis recently came up with a new product that he brought to the market that he was testing out in the field, I'm sure, for a while. And I believe it's called the Nitro Caddy Bump Plate. And Dennis is going to talk to everybody about it and why you should buy one.
Well, it was the Nitro Caddy Bump Plate, but I like the name Bump Master, so it's the Nitro Caddy Bump Master.
And you are the bump master.
Yeah, I'll say it. That's apropos. But he used to be the bump master. Now he's making all the A's.
Yeah. I had to play the bump game last race at LCRC with one qualifier. I had the weekend where everything broke on every car or flamed. So I have had such good luck since the beginning of the year with no flames, no breakages. So I got them all in on that race. And I felt like it was kind of strange because of the one qualifier. If you had a mistake or you had a DNF, you're not in the A, you're in the E or the D. And I found that a lot of guys that are usually in the A main were all stacked in the lower mains. And a lot of guys that don't usually make the A main were in the A main. So there was only a few spots to fight for. So I took a hit in some points for sure. But
Sure.
so this bump plate, see, now you got me saying bump plate. So
just look at your shirt, Dennis. It says Bump Master right on it.
I had to.
So I got a hold of a couple of 3D printers so I could take over starting to print the 3D stuff for the Nitro Caddies. And real quick, they were very slow, and you know, I YouTubed some things and I found one that was really fast. So I got that, and then I started thinking, you know, the Nitro Caddy has, like, I do all the labor on a Nitro Caddy. I don't have, like, any of the employees in the sign company really doing any of the labor. So it's a tremendous amount of labor. And I figured I need to come up with something where I can just print it out, put it in a bag, and sell it. And 1 o'clock in the morning, just about to fall asleep, and the idea came to me for the Bump Master because I'm the guy that's running 3 pins on my starter box, and you have to push the front of the car this way and the back of the car, you got to pull it. And you know, I know my starter box, but when you ask somebody to pit you at the last minute, then you get up there and you're like, oh my God, I forgot to tell them the trick to my box. And now you're yelling it from the top, push the front of the car. Oh, they're like, what? Huh? Everybody's revving their engines.
Was there any one person that may have given, like, you know, influenced this idea? Anyone?
Well, listen, my pit guy, I am so blessed to have Rob Samoji as my pit guy. There was a lot of growing pains in the beginning, but Rob has gotten so much better. He doesn't do well with numbers, like what time to come in for the pit stop, but I'll take it because, listen, it's tough when you race the Nitro and you have to scramble to get a pit guy. So I can't even tell you how much I do appreciate Rob, that he's willing to put up with me, because there are times, man, I abuse him. I gotta like apologize afterwards. Heat of the moment. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to really work on my yelling on the stand, because like Toby's got a story about my yelling on the stand. But so I'm thinking, so I thought about the idea because the pins are always moving on the starter box. And if I haven't seen 1,000 times people performing CPR in a car, they're just pushing, and then somebody runs over, grabs the car, and turns it around, or it's misaligned, or smoke is coming because the wheel is hitting the chassis. So I thought about this thing at 1 o'clock in the morning. I sat up, I texted the idea to myself. I went to work at 6 in the morning the next day. It was a Saturday. I love weekends at my shop. If I'm not racing, I'm at the shop because there's nobody there to bother me. And I made the prototype in about 10 minutes out of aluminum. And I put it on the box, and I was like, oh my God, it works. And I barely know how to turn the computer on. I know how to go on YouTube really good. Like I can navigate that site excellent. But
I still can't find your YouTube channel. You got to change the name of that.
I know.
Or send me the link. I can't find it. I've looked before. I'm like, this is like must-see TV. I just can't seem to find it.
Yeah, I guess you can do that. I'll have to get with somebody, maybe the technical guy, Toby, to tell me how to change the name. Something real easy. But So I made the prototype, and the way that I left it off with the guy that I got the 3D printers from, like the first time he offered them to me, I thought, there's no way. I don't know nothing about 3D modeling or any of that stuff. So I didn't voice it, but in my mind, I was like, no, I'm good for now. And then the next time I voiced it to him, and he said, no, I'll give you the files. They go right into the side of the printer, and then you just scroll the wheel right on the printer and click it, and it'll print. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And I said, if I come up with something, I'll pay you to design what I want, because that's the way I was doing it with the nitro. I said, I need this. It's got to be this big. I draw it all out. You make it. I test it. Say, no, make this bigger. You get it right, and then we run with it. So I couldn't get in touch with him for like 4 or 5 days, but I couldn't wait either. So I just started messing around with the program, and it was a lot of trial and error, and I've been obsessed, completely obsessed for, I guess, the last 7-8 weeks. I'm the guy that comes into work at 8 in the morning, maybe 8:15, and now I'm the guy that gets up at 4 in the morning. It's at the shop at 5 in the morning because there's nobody there to bother me. I found out I do my best thinking between like 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. I could do a lot of stuff. And then
Absolutely.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it takes me twice as long to do what I did from 5 to 10. And then from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., it takes me 3 times as long. I keep forgetting to save stuff, an hour's worth of work. I got to go back over it. So I got obsessed with this thing. I taught myself the program with the help of YouTube instructional videos. And I probably got about 300 hours into that program. So now I feel like I'm pretty quick with it. I know what I'm doing, and a caliper is very useful for what I'm doing. So, but without coming up with this thing, there was a lot of failure. I put a video up on my Facebook page that you can't have success without failure, and you can't you have to embrace that failure. So I think I worked 10 days straight, took the idea to LCRC to see if what I thought would be a hit is really a hit. Sometimes you think something's good and everybody else is like, but it did really well. It was received really well. But I have the blue box. I still don't know the name of the box. It's the blue box with the dual motors. It's
Hoffman.
big.
Racer's Edge now is something else, right? The Q
So
Well.
that box was 5 1/4 inches wide, and I had no idea. Yep, that's the box. So I made all the plates 5 1/4 inches wide. And when I got there, I realized there's different boxes. Some of them are 4 7/8 wide, and you really can't have that plate hanging over the edge, So after the race, I did real well with them. I came back to the shop, and I figured what I would do is I'd take 3/16 inch off this side and 3/16 off that side, and it wouldn't change anything. So I had like 3 or 4 days of running plates. And I happened to pick up a chassis and fit it in the plate, and it didn't fit. Because what I didn't know is when I chopped it this way and this way, the computer sized it this way a little bit. So I had I probably got about at least 100, 130 plates that were just garbage, and they were sitting in a box. And finally, I did a little video of it on Facebook, threw them in the garbage. I got a whole big, those landscaper barrels. I got a whole big landscaper barrel full of failure. But you're not going to have success without the failure and perseverance. So now the procedure is when the parts come out of the machine, I have a table full of chassis, and the chassis get fit. It comes out the machine with the chassis, so hopefully that issue will never come up again. So, what we came up with, Toby showed the picture. Here's my nitro buggy. I don't have the motor in it right now, but so that's my bump plate. And the idea is because it's all one piece, these will never move. They can't move because this holds it all together. It's got VHB tape on it, which is very high bond tape. We use it in the sign industry. It's good, like a small piece will hold like 100 pounds on the wall. So you're not pulling that thing off. But it also has, installation holes, and the packages come with screws. And then I printed my own shims. There's 2 millimeter shims and there's 3 millimeter shims. Instead of making them round, I made them square because slots, if you make a round one, it has the potential of falling into that slot. So the reason for the shims is I also found out there's different starter boxes. Like the Mugen box, the metal chassis of the car sits right on the top of the box. So these are about 1/8 of an inch wide or thick. So what happens is the wheel may not reach the flywheel on your motor. So the whole wheel assembly is one piece in the boxes. And the solution to that was you put either a 2 or a 3 millimeter shim underneath the assembly, and it bumps the wheel up just a little bit. And you got a perfect start every time. And when you line these things up on your box, you can get that flywheel dead center of your wheel. So you're not hitting the edge of the wheel, one edge or the other. And I make them with a little bit of play. It's not made to fit, like tight it. It's got to be able to, like, I kind of take my car and I slide it forward and just drop it in. I got them in black as stock. And then
Dennis, one of the best things I think you did with these is you now have it where you can use one bump box for 2 different cars. I was pitting for Arturo Ruiz last time at LCRC. And shout out to Arturo. He's like, hey, I'm back to back. He was race. I think it was race. Nitro buggy or nitro buggy, break the nitro truggy, or vice versa. I think we did truggy first. He goes, look, here's my car. Here's my starter box. Once this is done, just take this piece out. And then he did buggy first. So I took the piece out and he put the truggy right in there, fired it right up. One starter box, totally simplified our lives in the nitro caddy, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, that the Arturo has the top secret version. Thanks, Tom. Thanks a lot.
You're gonna make it anyway. I know. I trust you.
Yeah. Arturo has the top secret version that he's testing, and I am working on it. And there's like, for instance, the Mugen truggy plate fits the Mugen buggy plate without anything. It's just these. On the truggies, these are real high. And all of a sudden I discovered that fits right in there without anything. Just let the cat out of the bag and cost myself a lot of plates. But so yeah, I'm working
Dennis,
on that.
It makes you feel any better. We have 8 viewers, so I think you're super
nice. Yes. Yeah. Not right now. You'll see tomorrow it'll be like 956. That's usually the way it works.
Yeah.
But it's been a labor of love. On my birthday, I was at the shop from 5 in the morning to 8 at night, and a buddy called me and he says, "You're working?" I said, "I'm doing exactly what I want to do on my birthday." So I had to start smoking again. I didn't have to, but I felt like I was either gonna. I felt like I was either. Now listen, here's my cure to thinking I'm either going to have a heart attack and a stroke from the stress. So I'm going to smoke. I think I got.
They're all completely unrelated.
Maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna put them down, give it another go, and this way I can give Tom a ride in the Corvette. Because doing it all for Tom. It's all for Tom.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So Dennis, one of the viewers has a question. John Goody said, "What material are you using for the printing?" Kind of plastic.
The material is called ASA. It's a step above ABS. So you got PLA, but PLA is no good for the application because PLA will like melt in the heat if you leave it in your car. Like on the dash, it'll start deforming. Then you got PET G, and PET G is pretty decent. Then you got PET G Plus, and that's even better. But then you got ABS, and ABS is good, but ASA is what you print if you want to print something for outdoors. It's chemical resistant, it's heat resistant, it's got a higher temperature resistance. It's higher temperature than the motor will, so you don't have to worry about the plate misforming because you put a hot car on it. So yeah, that's the material ASA. You like that?
I love it.
It's emoji proof. I told Rob, I told him I was going to make him famous. So he's going to be somewhere in California, and somebody's going to be, "You're this emoji?" We didn't know what it was. We thought it was an enigma. We looked it up on the internet, trying to figure out what it was. And then Mike Ream was funny. I sold him a plate last race, and when he was leaving, he called me over. He says, "I want $10 because that thing ain't emoji proof. I saw him on Pit Lane." I said, I don't know what he was doing. I think he had the battery underneath the lid, and he was trying to close the lid. Maybe, yeah, they'll be for sale at the tilt yard. Alan, are you racing nitro? That's what I want to know. I think Alan said he's going to race nitro. So I figure I'll just race electric at the tilt yard. I'm scared now.
Are you coming?
I'm coming.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yep.
Oh my God, dude! I'm stoked. Even more.
Yeah.
That's
I guess
I was gonna see if you would come, but I was like, I'm not even gonna ask him. He's in Georgia at another race. So what are you doing? You're gonna come up and meet us?
Yeah. Well, I'll be there Friday morning, and I think you can't go on the property till Friday morning. So Samoji's going to bring his fifth wheel. His son is racing Dawson, so 3 of us are going to stay in the fifth wheel. I was at Wicked Weekend in Georgia, and I left there at 2:07 a.m. this morning. And you know how you like to race the time on the maps to get the time down as you're going? So I beat the time back by an hour. So I think I averaged 77.6 miles an hour with one fuel stop. And then when I got into Jersey, I did a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But then took a 3-hour nap on the couch, and here I am.
Hey, Dennis, John put in a message there about if you need any engineering help to DM him. Now, I've seen John make goods gear, all his 3D printed stuff, and I think he helped Dylan get started with 3D printers years ago when he had a little, he was into it for a little while. So, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Friend me on Facebook. I could always. You got to have help. Nobody gets to where they are without help. So
right on. Awesome.
I'm willing. I've been working a lot with. I'm going to butcher his name. Rusty Mihilahich. Is it Mihilahich?
Yep.
Matty Long's stepdad.
Yep. Great guy.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Vin will tell you. I always call him Mihilahich. I just call him Rusty.
Yeah. Just go with Rusty.
So Rusty, I hooked them up with a bright pink nitro caddy for Maddie because I'm convinced Maddie's going to be a world champion one of these days. She is so fast. She won e-buggy there, intermediate e-buggy, and let me tell you, that intermediate class was a pro class everywhere else that we go.
Yep.
She got 4th in nitro buggy, and I think she podiumed in another class too, maybe e-truggy. So we've been working back and forth. He's got 2 fuel bottles on his. That guy's nitro caddy is hooked up. Like he's got tire glue. He's got tire bands. He's got a stopwatch. He's got everything you could possibly run into racing on that nitro caddy. I'm like, man, how's your shoulder? You know, and he's like, it's not that bad. It's only 1.5 pounds heavier than the setup we had before. So it's all good. The racing down there was great. Thank God for John, Jack Evanchik.
I miss him. He's a good dude. Good people.
Oh yeah, he was like, I mean, I know some people from down south, from racing down south, but he's the guy that I knew, and we were pitting in pit stall, like horse stables, right across from each other. So we spent 3 days together, and he pitted for me the whole time, and I made the A main, qualified 6th, sportsman nitro truggy, which is a stack field too. And I waited till race 50 all day on Sunday to have the, on the carburetor, the slide, that ball that your linkage hooks to? Mm-hmm. Well, the set screw must have loosened up, and 10 minutes into the race, it came off. And that was the end of my race. I'm like, I waited all day for this. But it was
I've been in that hell plenty of times. You have almost all day Sunday. Your main doesn't start till 2 or 3 o'clock, and something stupid happens. But yeah,
I mean, I pulled the motor, I checked the clutch, I checked everything on that car. I guess apparently I didn't check that grub screw. I guess that grub screw, if you're out there, put some Loctite on that, because you don't want that to happen to you. And
I double mine up. I put one on each side, and the one side I put a screw in there, and that's where I kept my rubber bands for my return on my car.
All right, so it's just like everything else in racing. The way that you learn a lot of this stuff is through pain and failure. So I mean, I've already had the pain and failure not checking my clutch bearings at Southern Indoor, and just that after the warm-up lap, sparks come out of the bottom of my car. I was sitting second in the B main, and I was bumping, and my race was over before I even got to run the race. So you check everything. It's just another thing to add to the list now. Do you Loctite those grub screws?
I Loctite the one screw. I didn't Loctite the grub screw.
Okay.
But I guess knock would have never come loose. You just fucking jinxed me. Thanks, Dennis.
Loctite.
Loctite that shit now.
I remember I had one of Ed's motors, and the thing was great. I took it down to Southern Indoor, and I went to do the linkage, and I went to adjust the angle of that ball. And so I look in the side, and I put a flathead in there, and I start loosening that screw, and I realized that's
low speed needle.
Yeah, and as soon as I realized what I had done, I stopped. And if you offered me $1 million, I couldn't tell you if I did 3 turns, a quarter turn. I had no idea. And the motor was, I had people, Lutz, trying to tune it, and it gave me problems. But, yeah.
Cool.
Well, go kick some ass down the tilt yard.
Say that again?
Go kick some butt down the tilt yard.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I guess now I'm gonna have to race e-buggy.
You need to watch over George. You need to watch over George and Alan, because they're going to be running some nitro this weekend. They said so.
George,
we need someone to watch. Yeah,
George, you running
potentially.
nitro?
I'm gonna see if I can get a loaner.
Oh, really?
Video. It never happened.
Man, there's nothing like a 25 or 30-minute nitro race.
Yep.
It's just nothing like it. As soon as you feel that, it's like the electric is going to take a back seat. Plus,
George, I'll make you a deal. I'll loan you my nitro car if Dennis loans me his Corvette.
well, I don't got it yet, but humming.
It'll just be back tires. The fun will be fine.
It's all good. It's all good. You got a spare nitro for me, Dennis?
I do not. I'm looking for motors for my. I think Ed's still working on my motors. Ed's motors were flawless from
EV mods.
from PN. Yeah, EV mods motors were flawless from Psycho Nitro all the way to last month. I didn't have a flame in practice, qualifying, and mains in those motors. And then I hate to do it to you, Rob. Here's the emoji story. This is a good one. So I rarely touch the needles too. So I'm on the driver's stand. I say to Rob, give me an hour on the low end.
Matt Geist.
Give me an hour lean. And I looked, and it looked like he went like this with the thing. I says, whoa, was that an hour? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're on the wrong side of the car. He was on the mid. So, and then the motor just didn't run right. So Ed's got both motors put in his laboratory, and I'll probably grab it. But no, George, I don't have an extra nitro. But maybe we could share my car. I don't have a problem with that.
Matt Geist just popped in, so maybe I'll see if Matt wants to give me his nitro car for the weekend. My buddy Pat, he doesn't run often. He's run down at Rhythm, but he's got somebody else wrenching on his cars because he's not really into wrenching, nor does he have time, business, family, etc. But I think Matt's cars might actually make a race.
Nice.
We'll have to see. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd love to try.
I've never been there, so like you have that bucket list too. I've heard about that place for years, and so I'm excited. I'm excited to go down there.
I'm excited. Mike Ream's watching. What's up, Big Mike?
Yeah, it's gonna be epic,
Mike.
Dennis. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, I got you $10, Mike.
So
looks like Matt Geist offered you up his nitro.
Matt, done.
Amen.
I'll pick it up on the way to Allen's.
Get his nitro truggy. Nitro truggy.
Matt Brown digging the nitro caddy setup for coming
That'll
soon.
screw me all up, Dennis.
One.
Just stick with Buggy.
Yeah. That car.
So, Dennis, how things going with Nitro Caddy?
Good. We're still getting sales, and I always believe the more I sold, the more I'll sell. The more people that see them, the more sales I'll have. I believe it's the best way to do it. I've never wavered in that belief, and so we keep going. We still got sales, and get a full package with the Bump Master. So we did have a special award at LCRC following the race, and we're going to have it every race, and it's going to be the Bump Master Award, and it's going to be to the guy that bumps the most during the race, or the best bumper during the race. So Matt Clinton Krieger, does everybody know him?
Yep.
He bumped from the E to the D to the C to the B to the A to the podium. So
Wow.
he got a free Bump Master hat and his picture taken up there.
And he
Nice.
bumped he bumped out of the B, I think, to the A with 3 shocks.
With what?
3 shocks. One of his
Oh,
front
yeah.
shocks came off. So
Yeah, he was on fire, and I think
he was wheeling it, which is 3 shocks. So
and then in the A, I think he was like in the second position, and there was a little bit of a questionable bump, but he ended up fourth. But he really could have got second. So nice, Mike. Mike, glad you like the plate. So that's what we'll be doing the rest of the year. I think Krista put it on me and the race director to figure out. I mean, I'm really hoping that the, lower main guy gets the Bump Master Award. because 80% of the racers are bump racers. So we got some good stuff coming up with shirts and stuff. You can find the bump plates, the black, $39.95 on nitrocaddy.com or lcrc.com. They're selling too. Absolute Hobbies is selling them, and I got probably 3 or 4 other hobby shops that are selling them now. So you can get them there at $39.95. If you want a color, it's yellow, green, blue, or red. They're $44. It's $5 more for the other colors. So hit me up, and if you really wanted something like custom and you don't care how much it costs, I'll put your name on it, put multiple colors in it. But that's if you don't care. Like if you got like, let's see, Tom Petrella money, then you order one of those.
If you're Ophir, you got one in the same colors as your car, and you got your name on it.
Blue.
Yeah. Ophir was down there. I saw Ophir and Benny. Benny pulled
Benny
off
did
a
good.
move.
Benny was on the podium.
Listen, Benny pulled off a move in the beginning of intermediate A main electric truck. If everybody has seen that track, you come down the straightaway, you come flying down, and then there's like a cliff
Jump.
that you fly up to it, you jam the brakes the last minute, you don't want to get a lot of air, right? Benny came, I think he was starting maybe 6th or 7th. Well, he came up to that, he put to the inside, and he full throttled that thing and jumped about 20 feet, he cut the corner of the pipe, dropped out of the sky in like 3rd place, right in front, and never touched the pipe. It was unbelievable what I saw. I was marshaling right there, and I never seen anything like it. A lot of talent and skill that kid has.
Yeah, he's obviously got some racecraft that he's honed in the last couple seasons as he's gotten older. But yeah, he's formidable for sure.
In spite of his
Yep.
Think he'll be like a Colton or Harmer heading in that direction.
I think so. I can't see how he just doesn't constantly improve. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be maybe 9.
Nah, I think he's older than that now.
There was a kid in my Nitro Truggy A main, and that kid looked like he was about 7 years old. And I got the headset on with Jack, and I said, Jack, if that kid beats me, I quit racing. So, I break, and I'm sitting on the bucket awaiting the next race, and they're doing the podium, and the kid took 5th. And I look over in the stands across the arena, and there's Jack, and I'm going like this. I quit. That's it. But I was only kidding. 10?
Mike threw you a bone. He's 10.
There you go. Do we want to touch quickly on, sorry, just to cut you off a sec, Dennis, about, as we were mentioning, Benny, we want to talk super quickly about the Northeast racers who did well at Wicked Weekend this past weekend.
Yep.
I had some names here. Ben Decker, 15th Nitro Buggy, 3rd in, I guess that's E-Buggy. Frame notes here. 3rd in Intermediate Electric Buggy. Matty Long won Intermediate Electric Buggy and took a 5th in Intermediate Nitro Buggy. Benny took 9th in Intermediate Nitro Buggy and 7th in 7th in Intermediate Electric Buggy and 5th in E-Truggy. Anthony Caputo, 5th in Intermediate E-Buggy and 14th in E-Truggy. Fenari, who won the Intermediate Nitro Buggy. Yeah, he won Intermediate Nitro Buggy B main and bumped up and won the A main. So that's
awesome. Way to go, Colton.
And then Kaufman, 11th in E-Truggy, I think. So that's a lot of the Northeast races at Wicked this past weekend. All right. Where are we at, Tom?
What was that, Tobe? I'm sorry.
What's the plan here now, man? You're in
Let's
charge.
talk about I think let's talk a little bit about some upcoming races we got coming up, right? We talked briefly. I know you're a pretty busy guy, Joe, but hell, I think you got 3/4 of the upcoming races on your schedule already for 46 RC. But upcoming races we have coming in the area. I know George and it sounds like Alan and Dennis. A few other guys are heading down to Tilt Yard, so wish you guys the best down there.
Speaking of that, hold on one second, Tom, and then finish with your whole thing. Toby, I sent you a picture that's epic since Tom talked about Tilt Yard. It's their poster for the Worlds, and of course, it's got our local boy, Tom Stover, plastered on the cover as he was the winner of the 2024 Tilt Yard Worlds, apparently. And I believe Tom's going down again. Messaged him. So that's pretty cool. You may have to crop it. I know how you love when I send you pictures that aren't cropped.
Just give me a minute. There it is.
So here at the Tilt Yard, Stover was telling me there's, I guess you can practice all night, similar to some of the other big races. Not that I'll be practicing at 2 a.m, but that'll be pretty interesting. It'll be nice having a cocktail at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock watching a couple guys practice.
Was that picture on a Wheaties box? You should put Wheaties on top of it. Right? It looks like a Wheaties box.
Wheaties or Wheaties?
Yeah, Wheaties.
Wheaties. Oh, Wheaties.
Yeah.
I don't know any history.
Somebody's got to Photoshop. You got to Photoshop that.
Toby will be on that for the morning's toilet section. You'll see.
Yeah, I was busting Tony E today, because he's legendary with his photos, and I got AI to adjust his face. He wasn't happy.
Smiling.
You probably see this now, and I'll be so pissed. So every photo of him is like.
Yeah, they caught him smiling on camera at the Texas race, the Fuel Nats. He broke and he was smiling. I said, Tony, I saw you smiling on camera.
All right. Additional upcoming races. Then I'm just looking at the calendar. If you guys haven't seen, I have managed like a regional calendar. I think it's on 46rc.net. It might be on my WordPress page. So 46rc WordPress. Obviously, bigger races. We have the charity race at Park Lane coming up on the 10th, and Ramey's. Sorry, I got the other way around. Kyosho race at Trains and Lanes, which is the Friday 8th through the Sunday the 10th. We'll be there. 46RC broadcasting remains. I think Ryan Lutz is going to be there, given that it's Kyosho. So you guys can probably take a look at the MP11 in person, which will be super exciting, especially after this past weekend with Feelong taking a TQ. As a side note, I think Feelong's dad needed a bump master, Dennis.
If I would have offered him that bump master, I think he would have hit me with it.
Yeah, we've got it's actually WOCRC Battle of the Legends. That's on the 9th, unfortunately the same day as the Kyushu Classic. What else? Dirt Runners having club races the 3rd and 17th. And then it brings us up to LCRC, the big Yukon Challenge on the 21st through 24th.
And Tobe, I got to get you to update Rhythm. You got Rhythm on there as PA, but we're New Jersey, buddy.
Oh, yeah, got that. All right. And the Rhythm race, obviously, the club race on the 16th. My bad.
Hey, for those of you guys who don't know, Toby's got. Damn, you can't really see it. But anyway, I got an icon. I have an icon on my phone right there. It's a 46RC race calendar shortcut. So when I want to see what's going on, I just hit that thing. Brings me up Toby's race schedule. Then you can scroll up and down, and you can see the actual race events. Really easy. Used to have to basically go to Facebook and then go to a specific racetrack site and then look for the posted race event. Now, super easy. Just hit that. Toby's calendar comes up. Thank you, Toby.
Yeah. Toby, I pasted a link too You can just put that comment on the bottom if you want. I went on Facebook and just posted a link. If you just guys Google 46 RC calendar, it's the first hit in Google.
Yeah. So try and keep that maintained. Anyone has any amendments or stuff you want me to add, just hit me up on the Facebook.
We got our Northeast RC Racer podcast race coming up too at Rhythm in September. I know George and I were talking, might have to move the date around, but we'll figure that out shortly. But something to have people mark their calendars for. Gonna be a good time.
Yes, sir. We're gonna have some nice plaques once again for this year. So invite anybody to come out, support us. We really appreciate it. Any of the raffles, any of that stuff really just pays it forward for us to get plaques or do other special stuff for you guys in terms of racing or coverage, etc., etc.
Oh my God, my wife is gonna love me. Oh, wait a minute, I get a weekend off the 30th. That's good. So 3 broadcasts, 1 weekend off, and then I'm back down there with Marcy. So if it was 4 weekends in a row, I think I'd be in the doghouse big time. All right, we're at 1 hour 20 minutes. Tom, anything else you want to touch on? I think it's Vin's up, right?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think Vin's got some good stuff that we were chatting offline on. We spent all this money on these expensive radios that have all sorts of functionality, and some of us set the endpoint and never look at the damn thing again. So I know Vin's got some good stuff we can use to make our lives easier and leverage these awesome pieces of technology to connect us to our cars.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different radios out there, and they're all they all have their own kind of language, if you will. So I'm just going to kind of go over the basics tonight. We're actually a little over time anyway, so I'll try and keep it short and get right to it. So first thing you're going to do when you're dialing your brand new transmitter, whatever brand it may be, you're going to unbox it. You're going to throw it on the charger, and then you're going to crack open the instructions, and you're going to start reading those instructions and see specifically how to use your radio to do the things we're going to talk about. So the first thing I usually do after it's nice and charged up and I've read through the instructions is I'll open up the page to the binding, and I will figure out how to bind it up. And every radio is a little bit different, so I'm not going to go through all that right now, but if anyone has any specific questions, you can always message me. I usually mount my receiver with a little bit of 3M tape. I usually have some laying around here, but this stuff comes with all the AE kits, and it's really good. It works really well. So I like the 3M tape. I usually clean the surface. That CowRC contact cleaner works really well for that. But yeah, just clean off the surface, mount that 3M tape, and then what I like to do once the receiver's in there is if I'm putting it into an existing car, I'll undo the servo horn or servo horns, depending on what kind of car it is. I like to, if I'm going to turn everything on, once it's all bound up, servos are connected, and I'll go through the radio and just make sure that everything is all, set to, the trims are set to 0 or neutral, and there's no sub trim going on or anything like that. So I'll check that, center everything, and then see how the horns line up. And if the horns are a little bit off, you just use that sub trim to get it right. And then I like to use the other trim to kind of dial it in. But I love initially using that sub trim to get the steering going. So mount for the steering, you want to horn parallel if you can, and try and keep it parallel so that your linkage is a 90 degrees perpendicular to the horn. And that's usually the way you get your steering to feel the most even. So I think that's really important. Like before you start playing with curve and all that other good stuff, is make sure the throw is even left to right. I will set my steering dual rate to 100% when I go to set my endpoints, which is the next thing I'll do. So start with the left or the right, whichever one you want. And I kind of just back it off until I get rid of that struggle in the front end, and I'll just let the front end sit down and turn it all the way to the left. And if it's not struggling, I'll add more throw. If it's struggling, I'll back it off so that the servo is not going to overheat. You're not going to burn it out faster than you should. That's a big deal when you are setting your servo for failure by making it struggle on a regular. So always back that thing off and make sure your dual rates are 100% when you do that. This is really, really important. I can't stress enough that I've seen a lot of people starting out and their endpoints aren't set right. And, like when if you really want to fine tune it, like I'll listen for the struggle and then back it off, a step or two, and I'll repeat on the other side. And I like to also check it before the quals and mains, just make sure that nothing's tweaked and everything's working right and all that. And then, the other big important thing that, it's basic and everybody knows is that dual rate. It's amount of total steering that's thrown both ways. So turn this down a lot and then add steering back as you need it is my tip. I'll tell beginners to turn it down to like 80% and then add steering as you need it. And this actually just makes your car really easy to drive. Is it super fast? No, it's easy to drive. So consistency is what you want to work on first. Now, when you're doing things like setting your throttle side, you for nitro and then ESC for electric. So we're just going to quickly talk about the throttle for nitro. So again, you want that linkage to be perpendicular to the horn, and you want that link to be as straight as possible. And it's really important, to center the servo the same as the steering, and just kind of make sure that horn is exactly aligned, so everything is lined up correctly, so you have a nice even throw, and everything actually slides. The carburetor slides smoothly and there's nothing hanging up there, so you want it to be at the right angles. So you're going to start by setting your high speed endpoint. I like to set it so that the slide stops. Like I'll take the air filter off, I'll look down the Venturi, and when you see the slide end and it's perfectly round and open, that's where I stop it. If you go past that, what's going to happen is you're going to burn up a lot of fuel. Your fuel economy is going to be horrible. You're not going to see much in gains. So that's my suggestion right there, is always make sure that's set. And again, check it before quals, check it before mains. Make sure everything, especially in there, is tight, because you got a lot of vibration going on there. So, I saw some guys talking about Loctite and all that. I mean, you're on your own with that, but, you want to make sure there's some kind of fail safe, especially see a lot of guys with the rubber band going around, making sure that thing closes as a fail safe. So, couple of different things, and we can talk about that another time. And then on the other side of the high speed is your brakes. Now, different cars are set a little bit differently, but I can tell you, read your owner's manual, but you want to adjust your brake bias, front and rear. Certain tracks, you're going to want the rear to kind of initiate the slide. Certain tracks, you're going to, higher grip, you're going to want more forward weight bias, or brake bias, I should say. So, we got Luke over here. Thank you, Luke. I prefer to see only 1 to a half a millimeter slide carb. Personally my go-to. So yeah, that's it. You got to test and see what works for you, Luke. And I'm glad you did that. And thanks for sharing that. So Luke is probably getting pretty good fuel mileage. He doesn't need it to fully rip at full throttle. So he's going to have a nice smooth power band, and he's going to save fuel at the same time, so he can run longer and between pit stops. So like to see that. So back to the brakes. You set the brake bias the way you prefer. Everyone has a different driving style, so I can't really, explain it too well right here. But you have to run a bias that is best for that track and the conditions that are there. So, like I said, as the grip comes up, you're going to want to go a little bit more forward, because you can rely on the front. You don't want the front locking up, because then it's going to push and it's not going to turn. So, if you're running an ESC, okay, you want your dual rate set to 100% in the radio. You want your sub trim set to 100% in the radio before you program it, and refer to your ESC instructions for that, because they're all different, but similar. And also, we had Jared Barden on a previous episode, and he explained the Tekin ESC, and he did a pretty good job of explaining all the parameters of that. So I don't think I need to repeat that. But, yeah, if anyone has any questions, now would be the time.
Well, I just want to reinforce what you said, Vin, in regards to backing down that dual rate. If your car is all of a sudden loose and doing different things, I would encourage a lot of people, get your endpoint set, max them out, but then set your dual rate to 80%. Go out and hit the track. If the car is pushing, click it up 2 or 3 clicks. Go out and run another lap or 2. Do it again. But I see, and I'm guilty of doing it. I'd set the endpoints. I want maximum steering. But if you go out with your real car and go out there, especially in dirt where there's low traction, and cut the wheel going fast as hard as you can, it's just going to push. But if you have the right amount of steering it's actually going to have more steering with less angle. Ironic as that might sound.
Yeah, because it's not going to be breaking loose. And on that same note, curve is the next step. The next thing I would be talking about here is to set your curve. And, there's different kinds of curve, and we can get into this at another time, but definitely experiment with your curve and see if, throw a little bit of negative expo, even your throttle as well as your steering, and just play around and see what works for you. Yeah, even an e-buggy, you really don't need it turned up all the way, and throwing a little curve at it always helps with the traction. So definitely something worth playing with over there.
And Luke got a good point, too, on his throttle side, right? He says he prefers to see only 1 millimeter to 0.5 millimeter of the slide on the carb at full open throttle when he sets his endpoint on the throttle. So, good suggestion from Luke.
Right. Everyone's got their preference on what works for them. So that's something worth testing.
Now, if you're Dennis Brew, you're way past the slide. You're pulling that thing as hard as it'll go because you're going to be the bump master. You got to have wide open throttle at all points.
That's it.
What instructions? I don't know anything about instructions.
There it is. Not some OG.
Not. He saw that on his car.
Yeah, nothing is emoji proof.
Nothing. All right.
Awesome, guys. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if everyone please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, and we're going to try and – should we keep doing these lives? What do you guys think?
Yeah, give us some feedback. Give us some comments. And look, they're also on Apple Podcasts now. Awesome job, Toby. Thank you.
Thank you, Toby.
Great job.
Only took me 2 years, maybe more.
That's all right. Well, no one's judging. Hey, guess what? None of us did it, so you get to do it. You get the credit.
Yay, me.
Hey, Dennis Brew, thanks a lot for coming back on the show. Thank you very much for being a sponsor and supporting us, no doubt.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Doing great things for the hobby in a short time. I know how much it means to you, the hobby in general. And that's a whole nother conversation. What groups like this, what hobbies like this, do for your life or, provide. So you're a true testament to that. I've known you since the beginning, since you got in. So totally awesome. A great racer, good guy, and inventor. Bring good things to the hobby. Great job.
Yeah, keep it up, brother.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. You guys are the best. The best.
For sure.
Hey, what's our discount?
Go on.
You stop it.
Stop it.
You're the best, Dennis. Hey,
We'll see.
be nice to Alan this weekend.
Yes, I missed Alan.
As
Yeah,
you should.
where's Alan been?
Alan's been on a little hiatus, but we're rolling down to the tilt yard in Alan's new camper. Thing looks awesome. Definitely big upgrade. I get to enjoy it, no doubt. But I'll be head grill master, so feel free to stop by for some high-end cooking over at the Placer location.
Man, I want to be there. Thank you, Corey Williams, by the way. I appreciate it, buddy.
What up, Corey?
Yeah, Taylor going live on Slow is Fast as well. That's awesome. Really good podcast, by the way, Taylor. You guys are doing a great job. What's our discount code for everyone, for the listeners? CowRC, is it NERRP?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just type that in and you get your discount for CowRC?
For sure.
Cool. Cool. Hope you guys use it. Try out the products. We've been trying them out, and seems to be like a system. Like you got to use one thing for the other to work. But it's been working, and it's good on the vehicle. So check it out.
For sure.
Most definitely. Well,
All right, George, hit the wrap up.
Dennis, I can't wait to see you on Thursday or Friday. It's going to be an awesome, epic weekend. I'm going to tell my wife upstairs that I'm going to run into you, which is great. And yeah, man, this is the Northeast RC Racer podcast. And thank you very much for my co-hosts for delivering a great show once again. We thank all you guys for watching. Live's a little bit different, but it's rolling smooth. I think we had a total of 11 people watching us tonight. So I was like, I can't even believe we hit that mile mark. But like Dennis says, hopefully tomorrow maybe there'll be a couple hundred or, whatever the case might be. Nonetheless, we got some good content coming up for the rest of the few months to close out this year. But I'm going to be doing some recording, I think, down at the Tilt Yard this weekend because we got a few guys up north that are going to be there. I got a set of mics that I'm going to set up and rock and roll. And maybe Dennis and I can do a podcast special edition that we can record that we can send up to Toby. I think that might be fun. What do you think,
Dennis Brew Live with George DeCaris. That's it.
Awesome.
Is Samoji
You're out
coming
of
with
luck,
you?
Rob.
Yeah, you'll have to get Samoji in there. We want to hear from Samoji.
But I think that'll be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. And Toby, you're always relentless, buddy. We can always count on you. Other than that, we'll see you guys again next month for episode 32, and we're going to have a great guest or some content nonetheless, and we'll catch you trackside. So see you racing.
See you
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Later, y'all.
All right.